Welcome back, guys, to Final Fantasy XVI. Well, last episode, with a ton of quests still to complete within the hideaway, we started a new session with Where There's a Will, as the brothers Rosfield set out a table to learn of what their father had left for them, completing armbands by slaying a griffin for the stone within before visiting their father's grave. We then continued under new management, slaying Thralls around Northreach as political discourse continued with the factions within, before an imminent attack has sent us off to deal with the threat.
Are they spotted?
So many of them. Not for long.
Yeah, and that thing that Zantetsuki can't deal with. Oh, I'm over there now. Oh, I'm over here now. You have to forgive me for my warping, buddies. Wave one.
Is it over?
Nope.
No. It's only just begun. Keep it slow.
Right, that almost break you already. Watch where you're aiming, buddy. Oh, I think I missed my electric. Oh, I did run out of it, though. Oh, just you alive?
Nice try. Blizzard!
Oh, I did go on time. Good. I should probably just kill him, but I imagine there's another wave, so now I want to save my Zantetsuki, you know what I mean? Just in case. Now there won't be, of course, so I've just slowed myself down immensely, yeah. Had to be that way.
That looks to be the last of them. I wonder how the others fared. Better hurry back to town. Come on, Torgal.
I guess it doesn't know what order you'll do the quest in to get another party member and all that, so therefore it doesn't have in the cutscene, does it?
Clive, it's good to see you. And you. The road to Oriflamme is clear. How did you and your men fare?
Well, we ended up fighting for our lives down by the lake. Took a few nicks, but nothing the girls of the Vale can't put right.
Glad to hear it.
Well, it seems we've survived. For the time being, at least. I thank you both for answering the call.
You were right. And I was wrong. About everything. I had thought that the only way to unite the people was under the banner of Empire. That without a strong hand to guide them, they would drift apart. To be borne hither and yon by the eddying currents of fate. But you brought them together. not by force, nor by the exercise of goddess-given authority, but by simply being one of them. By knowing what they feel, because you feel it yourself.
Our purpose was ever the same, Your Eminence. You were merely distracted by a loftier vision of empire and glory, while our eyes beheld matters closer to home.
You have the right of it again, as did you, Sabine. His radiance said it himself. Sanbreque is naught without her citizens. I forgot that, and I am sorry.
I'm sorry too, Father. I should never have taken things so far. I only wanted you to understand how the people felt. How I felt. But my anger got the better of me.
Do not blame yourself, my dear. This was my doing. I should have listened to you. To all of you.
Your Eminence, your ladyship, I do not doubt that you came here with the best of intentions. But I believe the same could be said of us all. We all want safety, security, prosperity. Not just for Northreach, but for the entire realm. And we may yet achieve it. If only we work together. Will you join us in this?
Yes. We shall.
Thank you, Your Eminence. Now that that is settled, I must go and see to the wounded. The Vale's doors are always open to any soldier in need of relief. And today there are more than ever before.
Madame Isabel is a rare soul indeed. In these dark times, I see that it is not men like me who should lead the realm, but women like her.
You're right. If only I'd listened to her when I had the chance.
Forgive me for saying so, milady, but you still do. The dame said it herself. We can turn things around. We just have to work together. And that goes for you, too. You're one of us now.
One of you.
Well said, Captain. Let this be a new beginning. Not only for Sanbreque, but for us.
Well, since there's nothing more to be done here, I should see if Isabel needs any help moving the wounded.
Got the preconceptions being challenged here. And them actually coming round to it? That's the rarer thing, that they actually had the ability to change their point of view.
You too are a friend of Madame Isabel's, are you not? The sellsword won over to the cause by her brave example. Remarkable.
I only wanted what was best for Northreach, for Sanbreque, and I still do. But this time, I will go about things the right way, in concert with others, rather than in spite of them.
Thanks for your help, Clive. We couldn't have done it without you. Now all we need is for their eminences to start pulling their weight.
Felt kind of forced, if you're honest. Well, that's only because a game only has a certain amount of time to tell a story, and therefore it has to accompany with that with some brevity. And so therefore it doesn't match with what you would consider reality to be, because people don't change their minds in reality, or barely ever do. So yeah, it would feel like that.
Soldiers being carried to the Vale.
They'll be well taken care of, I'm sure.
I'm sure. So yeah, on that thing, yeah, it's totally forced. But this isn't the real world, so...
How goes the treatment of the wounded? I'd be happy to man one end of a stretcher if it would help.
You've helped quite enough for one day, Clive. Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Oh, but I must. After all you've done for this town, it is the very least you deserve.
Tell me, if Northreach had fallen, what would you have done? A woman of your means could find a home anywhere in the realm, but I sense you would rather have died here.
It's a long story.
For you, madame, I have all the time in the world.
Very well. Long ago, I had a life in the Crystalline Dominion. I was Carla then, courtesan to the nobility. So sought after was I that it was only they who could afford my time. Alas, those halcyon days were not to last. For naive as I was, I fell in love with a bearer. He was my master's guard, the gentlest man I have ever known. After they discovered us together, he was whipped bloody and forbidden from ever looking at me again. And so we fled. Not that we had anywhere to flee to. We wandered, aimless and starving, half dreading, half praying that the next day would be our last. Until we found ourselves here, in Northreach. It was the veil that took us in, that fed us, clothed us, and healed our hurts. Those that could be healed, at least. My love was already too far gone.
He passed away.
He did. Not long after we arrived. But at least we were able to share a few moments of peace before the end. It was the greatest gift I have ever received. But the generosity of this town and her people did not end there. The men and women of the Vale supported me through my grief. Shared in it, though I was still a stranger to them. They treated me like a sister. And so I swore that I would always do the same. That I would return the kindness that Northreach showed me. That I would repay my debt to the Vale.
Thank you, Isabel, for sharing this with me.
You're a lot like him, you know. Perhaps that is why I have such a soft spot for you. Never stop fighting, Clive. And I shan't either. I know that it will not be easy to keep Northreach together. But our efforts will be rewarded. Just look at us now. The people, the soldiers, even the Duke of Oriflamme and his daughter, all united in defense of this town that we have come to call our home. And what of you? Can we count on your support too?
Always.
And now Northreach really is under new management, or the best management. We get the Vale signboard for our trouble, get an orichalcum for our trouble. The emblem of the Vale, Northreach's far-famed house of ill repute. The town is the gateway to the imperial capital Oriflamme, where waves of old money and new lap against the opposing sides of the Great Wall. That's one of my orichalcum I needed.
We have brought Northreach together. Now the fight begins to keep her together. For if this town is to survive, we must all play our part. Including you, Clive.
I mean, I'm trying. Saving the world's harder than you would think.
It's the last one.
Just a little further.
So they are just straight up going to heal him.
We did it! Kiss me.
That'll be 520. Anyway, that quest complete. Weirdly enough, I was like, oh, the quests generally in this, the big ones take about 25 minutes or so, 20 minutes, and then the smaller ones take about like 10, 15. And it's like, I've somehow stumbled upon two really long quests back to back, which makes me wonder how my timing will be as I try to fit these quests into singular episodes. It might not end up that way. It feels at the moment. It feels definitely like it's going to be straddling some. We got a new missive. We'll check that out in a little bit. Maybe we'll take on another quest first. Let's take one that's nearby so we can keep clearing out the front of here.
Sid, do you have a moment?
By all means.
It's my old master. Seems there's no escaping her. She found some way to send me a letter. And something else. Records from a Waluda prison. Seems they were keeping a lot of bearers there.
How did she come by such a thing?
Finding bearers always was her strong point. And it seems the cells of Balmung Dark are full of them. Foreign captives, the masterless. Bearers no one would miss. And even better for her, bearers with no one to look after them. When ether started lapping at the walls, the jailers fled.
Leaving the bearers to be liberated by whoever happened to come along next.
Sid, I'd like to believe that I've earned your trust by now. And while I'm well aware that you've forbidden Cursebreakers from traveling to Waloed, I can't let those bearers die in their cells. I'd rather risk shipwreck on the Shadow Coast than leave them to starve.
We'll be needing the Enterprise if we're going to navigate the Narrow.
Does that mean...
I'm making an exception, but we travel together. And we stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable place at the best of times. We save as many as we can, and we leave.
Thank you, Sid. There was a name in the prison register. A name from my past. Chadwick. Another of my former master's protégés. A gifted soldier, and the closest thing I had to family. The thought of him held captive in that place.
He must be very important to you.
He was. Is.
Then we find him.
The entrance to the prison lies in the shadow of Ravenwit walls, just beyond the portcullis. We should head there as quickly as we can. I only pray there are still bearers alive to save.
As do I, Doris.
Let's keep building up that renown to whatever more rewards I can get. But off we go to Balmung Dark. As I understand it, you should never go to Balmung. But still. Ah, so that's what that place is. That's the place where it's time for me to don my RP hat and not much other clothes, if I'm right in saying. If I'm right for Final Fantasy XIV.
She's waiting for me near Balmung Dark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by Akashic. I need to hurry.
Well, they've given it, if I am right, I know they've given it the name Balmung Dark, but it just sounds like normal Balmung to me. And none of the other guys can actually do anything to me. Oh, you're not even going to get up, lazy. Actually, someone did try to attack, and I just straight up dodged them. It's just normal Balmung. Say, you actually got attack? I bet you did. It's really annoying to kill at the best of times, so I think I'll do that. Okay, that was a fast flame compared to what other guys do. You know what, actually I'll just leave. It's just always what I should do against bombs. Screw that.
There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with Akashic. Most likely guards left behind when the wardens ran. If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may already be.
Don't give up hope just yet, but let's move quickly. Let me check the ground floor. The ether's stick is there.
Then I'll search the upper level. Good luck, Sid. Stay safe.
Did you really have to come to, though?
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer? I hope not. We're risking a lot just being here. Better keep my eyes open for signs of life.
That is truly the worry. I take it that door might need a key.
Time to fight. Muhammad! Stay down!
When we tag team, we do some work. That by any chance a key? No. Balmung Dark, writ of designation. The Kingdom of Wulud hereby designates this facility a prison for the detainment of bearers both foreign and domestic. The purpose of this facility is to rear and train a cruiser beast for deployment in the field. The aforementioned purpose is a matter of strictest secrecy, and any mention thereof is to be punishable by death. Captive bearers have been provided solely for the pursuit of the aforementioned purpose. Express permission is required for use of bearers in any other capacity.
So this place was no ordinary prison. And I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled.
Cruiser beast. Wait, we actually did rescue a captive bear? Since when? We just stab this guy a bit and shoot him while he's on the ground. Seems like an appropriate time. Are you not done yet, Joshua? Hurry up. Memorandum on Kuza beast feeding. Recent supply shortages left us with insufficient resources to feed the Kuza entrusted to our care. Fortunately, the creature was observed to kill and consume the bearers assigned to fight beside it in a mock battle conducted as part of its training. The beast was further observed to enter a state of physical contentment upon feeding in this way, suggesting that live bearers may even be its preferred source of sustenance. While this behavior is unexpected, it is not unwelcome. Bearers no longer of use for training purposes can now be repurposed as required.
They were feeding bearers to it. This is even worse than I'd feared.
Not the tasty treat I expected. So the find and rescue captive bearers, it says, is just find out about how they were disposed of. Recommendation concerning Kuza beast development. The Kuza has long been recognized as an especially aggressive species. This being the case, it was hoped that successful deployment on the battlefield might be a means of inflicting heavy casualties on the enemy. In exercises conducted thus far, however, the beast has proven capable of distinguishing between allied and enemy combatants. As such, deployment alongside regular troops is not recommended. It is proposed and said that bearer captives be employed in order to draw enemy focus, and the beast then driven into the fray in order to achieve maximum benefit with minimal loss of Waluda lives.
Minimal loss of Waluda lives. And what happens when they run out of bearers? Even the Imperials take better care of their branded than that. Nothing but Akashic down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on.
Up there, eh? We never actually checked the door on the other side. Yes. The Empire employed them as soldiers, so at least they could live, I guess. Oh wow, that's not interactable anymore. Oh no, it wasn't interactable. It was the message that was just beyond it. Yeah, that makes sense. message we have back home at the moment after the completion of another quest, but considering we started with those, that's why I'm just leaving it till later. Spacing our thank you message can wait, even though it is relevant to our last quest. Go this way first. A cruiser beast's favorite snack is peanut butter and jelly, of course. I don't get this reference if it is, but I don't think bearer is a peanut butter and jelly flavored. Unless you like make it a big round of peanut butter and jelly beforehand. Eat all this, like stuffing. Have you ever eaten a bear? No, I've not cannibalized any humans. No. Whether that guy might have heal. Still dodging because he's off my side, if you know what I mean. Looks like Josh was dealing with him. Looks like Joshua dealt with him. Dealt with him indeed, as Hylian M comes by with the 10 months of sub. Thank you very much. From all the way from Canada, using the information superhighway.
No lock downstairs. But I did find out that this place was more than just a prison. Something far more sinister was happening here.
I know. I've been reading some of these documents and... it can't be true, can it? Bearers die every day in service of their masters, but this is so much worse. Pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits? And all in order to bring about more death. And not just those who could fight, but the elderly, children even. And those who wouldn't or couldn't were disposed of. Whatever that means.
I'm afraid it means they were fed to the monstrosity they kept here.
Then we're too late. And I was a fool to bring you here.
Don't say that. Did you find anything else?
A key. But it doesn't fit any of the locks on this floor.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. There's a corridor I haven't searched yet. Finish up here, then come and find me when you're ready.
All right. I'll be there in a moment.
Jailer's key, eh? Or as I love to say it, the Gowlers. I'm like, there's this corridor downstairs we haven't checked out? I'm like, yes. Don't you just mean the front door? What was there further for me to get? I don't even know where the stairs are. How do you expect me to navigate this place? That's just the other side then, I guess. So what I said turned out to be true. Then what I said second was wrong.
Let's see what we can find down here.
I lost the key, did I? Okay, that's out. Just ignore the hole in the wall. Gotta rob the place up first.
A survivor. And she sounds close.
Hello? Bear with me a second. Wondering if I should have went into center field there just in case there was a monster or not.
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards, they're still here. But something's wrong with them. Everyone else was eaten by the monster.
Of course there were.
Thank the Founder.
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather we didn't linger. Are you ready?
Ready when you are. You poor thing. He must have been terrified.
Did Chadwick send you?
What?
He fought the monster. Distracted it so I could run away. He must have sent you. He promised to free the others too. Where is he? He opened your cell, didn't he? He wouldn't be here otherwise.
Chadwick.
Was that?
Monster's back! Chadwick, help!
We have to get out of here.
Doris, keep the girl safe.
All right. You put that bearer-eating bastard in the ground.
Oh, what the?
Run!
You're safe now. We won't let it hurt you.
I wasn't looking. I don't want to.
I'll look after the girl. You teach that thing a lesson.
Oh my god, it's a bigger, worse one. Well, as long as it doesn't try to extinct me again. I did look back that footage, by the way, and it turns out that it looks like...
It's out there waiting for me. I can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers.
It looked like the extinction actually had an AoE circle that I didn't even realize was there, that I dodged out of normally because I just went around to like go in and intercept the behemoth. And then it landed and the behemoth died. So I was like, oh, okay. Maybe from overusing spells or something. Cuse beast. Ah, that's only rank 8. Must be rubbish.
The beast will wreak havoc if it ever leaves the prison. I can't let that happen.
Oh, you can't do it backhand.
Nice try.
You keep ending at Mr. Frosty, sir. I would advise against it. Oh, come on. Let's not do this. I can't freeze you with your AoE comments. I can definitely freeze you with that, though. Yeah, I really need a way to, like, break these guys earlier. Easier. At the moment, I've only got my counter ability. Oh, I just knew backhand was coming. I switched to take it as well. I'm right here. Oh, I went too early. I need to charge me up. Went too early again. Oh, don't do that. That'll work for me. Oh, you dodged. I'm supposed to shatter you while this is going on. Not after. Oh, you're already dead. I just needed one tap. My enemies, they die too fast. Can't do anything to them. Ooh, a behemoth shackle, though. While it certainly hasn't stopped kings and emperors throughout history from trying, every attempt to tame behemoths has invariably ended in tragic failure. Or rather, it had, until the kingdom of Welu discovered a means to influence the beast's primitive mind in the form of an enchanted shackle that presumably works similarly to crystal fetters, without impeding ethereal channeling.
Finally.
Sid, are you hurt?
I'm fine. I think.
No.
What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick before we went our separate ways. He was here. Do you think that creature?
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last. The girl is safe thanks to him.
Chadwick. You fool.
Come on. We have to get her back to the hideaway. We don't want his sacrifice to have been in vain.
No. Of course not. I'll see that she's looked after from now on. It's the least I can do.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is. Slowly but surely. She's far tougher than she looks. I thank the flames we found her. If we hadn't...
I know. But we did. I'm sorry we weren't able to save Chadwick.
There's no need to apologize. Without your help, I would never have found out what happened to him. How he fought to the bitter end to save her. To save Haida Marie. That's the man I remember. The man I thought of as a brother.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past. If you don't mind, that is.
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained Chadwick and I to do two things. Kill and obey. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever high enough to convince her to part with us. For years, we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. And then, one day, we just couldn't do them anymore. So we escaped. But staying together was out of the question. They would have found us too easily. After so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master, become a dagger in someone else's hand.
But even in captivity, the battles he fought were his own. And he died not as someone's tool, but as a hero.
Haida Marie is proof of that. Bearers can cast off their shackles. And the Cursebreakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done. For Chadwick, and for all of us.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be counting on you.
Nobody's tool is complete. We get the Breath of Darkness. Reduces Gungnir cooldown time by 2 seconds. I feel like I should put on that one we got last time, though. I want to always be like 5 after I do a combo, do you know what I mean? Then Tutsuken level 5. Alright, on this side of things, so we got another hunt on the board now. Is it in the arena I just came from, probably. Oh, it's 2, actually. The Masterless Marauder. The Waluda army captures such beasts and try to train them to serve, but this particular specimen's training has long since ceased. Whether its captors turned it's an S rank. Turned Akashic with the rest of their comrades or were eaten by their pet when it broke free from its bonds, we shall never know. All we do know is there is none left alive who knows the words to put an end to its rampage. Only a show of force will suffice. Also got the Grim Reaper. There is a saying among the Imperial soldiers of the Northreach garrison: steer clear of the drowned tower, lest the spectre's sickle reap your root. They speak in typically uncouth terms of the thrall that dwells within the Ether Flood, one whose frightful aspect in command over lesser minions would appear to mark him as a high-ranking member of his species. So one's back where we just came from, I think. Assuming it says about the army capture such beasts and try to train them to serve. The other one's only an A. Which is interesting. We should take on first then. I don't even know myself. That sounds like a behemoth. Well, if it is, I'm not exactly that upset, because I've just beat another one. Cape Haussière. Sandbrick. So, the Drowned Tower, is that one? No, that's Westwatch, so it'd be that one? No, that's Baywatch. Hello, where's Cape Haussière? In Sandbrick. I probably need a little bit more of a help than that, than what it said there. Oh no, it is up there. That's Westwatch. It's not a Drowned Tower though. We know where we're heading. Let's go do that one first. I see there's someone being,
And how might I help the garrison today?
as usual, spoilery impatient in the chat.
Seems the Duke's had a change of heart.
Despite the fact that they've attended so many streams, so many things to know that I do pretty much absolutely everything at all times. It's just not in the order that
Do you see anything you like?
everyone would want.
I do like a customer who knows what he wants. An excellent.
Right, we're going that way. We're going through first. Unfortunately, we can't warp to the other side. So I have to just toddle through again. With the slowest of speeds. Is everyone settling in well here?
The Duke has pledged to work with the people of Northreach to rebuild the Empire.
Better late than never.
I feel like the attendant Duke wanted to say all the words as slowly as humanly possible to increase his talking time within the game. Just a little bit. Well, warm up towards the S rank with an A rank. That sounds fine by me. Let's ignore the raptor. Non-Akashic even. We said the drowned tower, so I'm assuming like it's drowned in ether and it's a tower. But no, that's not it. That is... That is...
Safe.
The Prince of Death. He has an instant death ability, that'd be cool. I bought the potion that allows me to revive yet. I think I am. Yep. Time that at the right time to get my Zantetsuken up. Well, ish. That's my Bahamut attack one. Good help, Josh. Oh, I missed the last hit. No! Do the boom attack! Wrong attack! But you keep going from range if you like. I'm gonna get Mega Flare up for free, more or less. Pretty easy. Oh, I was really hoping to get the shatter then. But I went too early with that. Oh my god, it combines so well. Prince of Dead. I could have done more. Level 48. And a dark steel, extremely similar to iron, yet darker, harder, and heavier. Whatever fell magic's ultimate employed in its creation, the metal has thus far proven impossible to reproduce, obtained by defeating Thanatos or the Prince of Death.
I'm getting tired of these things.
I don't know, it dropped like a stone. Oh, back to Velud then. Oh, kind of fine with it. Died very fast. Happy. That's why you gotta get one up beforehand and afterhand. To wreck him as fast as humanly possible, right?